So we're just going to come into a seated position, and if you have any tightness in the hips or lower back, or you find your knees are higher than your hips, please sit up on a pillow or a blanket to give yourself some height, and it's also going to help you just relax through the pelvis and be able to sit more comfortably. So before we get into the physical practice, I just wanted to talk to you just for a moment about this really powerful convergence we are at the threshold of right now. Yesterday was the spring equinox, and the equinox is this time of equal day and equal night, of bringing everything into relative balance. So yes, we're talking certainly about the external of the solar energies and the lunar energies, but we're also talking about what's inside of ourselves. So today's practice is going to be about finding that relative balance within us in every aspect, and calling forth, or maybe even naming, what is out of balance within us now, and how can we bring more balance into this time as we start to move and emerge towards the light. As we're moving now from this winter solstice that happened in December to this growing light of moving into the summer, and any of the maybe the intentions or the resolutions you planted at the new year that have been in that deep dark soil, it's time for them, those dreams, those wishes, those longings, to start to emerge out and grow up and out into that expansive space of the light. Okay, so let's begin in the seated posture, grounding through the pelvis and sitting up nice and tall. And we're going to energize our body using the breath today, because the breath is like that freshness of the new day. And that's what we're talking about as we're moving into the light. So as we just take the palms up, we're just going to inhale, lift the arms up just about shoulder height. There's nothing you can really do wrong here. Ground through the pelvis and tone the navel. As you exhale, you press the hands down. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, hands pressing down. You can soften the eyes, you can close them, or you can steady them on one point. And I want you to feel this dance of your breath coming into equal rhythm of your inhale and your exhale. Taking more freshness of what you need today and letting go of what is old, what is limited, what doesn't serve us anymore. As we cross this threshold today, as the sun is just rising here in Los Angeles, to bring more light into our day and into our life. One of the other symbolic meanings of this time is that triumph of light over dark, of good over evil. And we can think of that in our limited mind, the forces that keep us at bay, the forces that keep us doing what it is we really want in this world. That you have the power within you now as this light emerges of possibility, of freshness. You begin again today. Good. Now we're going to get a little bit more dynamic with the inhale, come into your heart. And the exhale, you're going to round, flex your spine, push the hands away from you. Inhale, arc through the spine, pull the palms towards your chest. And then exhale through the mouth. So we're pumping with the breath. We're moving the energy. All right, we started with establishing balance, and now we're clearing out what is stuck, what is stagnant, to make space for the light to grow within us. Try a few more. Good morning, waking up. Try 3, 2, 1, and just pause. Let the palms just hover. And can you feel that static electricity buzzing in the hands, or in yoga we call them chakras, and feel them like a circular spiral. Ground through the pelvis more, rise up tall through the spine. Seeing what's being freed up now. I'm going to begin again. Inhale to the heart, exhale. So really bringing the spine into this flexion and extension, breaking up the stagnation, as spring is also this time of not only renewal, but celebration of love, of creation, of blossoming, of the flowers of all of life in color. Try 3, 2, 1. Pause again. This time, open the arms wide. Take the palms to face one another. You can close the eyes and see if you can feel into that static electricity spiraling in your hands as you're waking up all the energy of you right now. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Let's try one more cycle. Bring your inhale to the chest, exhale. So you've heard of the spring cleaning. That's what we're doing for our bodies. We're getting into those inner dark crevices, moving out the cobwebs, those outfits you haven't worn in a year, that clutter that's lodged deep inside that you said you'd take care of yesterday. Let's clear it all out. You have 5. Big breath. Exhale through the mouth. 2, last one. 1. This time, reach the arms up overhead. Interlace all but the first finger. Ground through the pelvis, tone through the belly. And feel yourself as this flame of light, this flame of love, as you are emerging from your own inner darkness into this freshness, this newness, this celebration of renewal, all parts of you in your life. And then slowly exhale, bring the hands down. I'm going to teach you one mudra. I want you to take all 10 fingers and just take the fingertips to touch. All right, so this is called Hakini mudra. And to me, what it represents is that we're merging into perfect balance, perfect harmony, all aspects of ourself. The thumbs represent the fire, so coming into balance with the fire of our body, the fire of our soul, our passion, our desire, that energy of activation and doing. And then our first fingers representing the element of air, that freshness, that lightness, that expansive quality that keeps us alive. The middle finger representing the element of space, where the space is the encompassing of all things. It also gives us that freedom and clarity of our own minds. And we can bring that clarity into our own hearts. Our ring finger represents the element of earth within our body, representing actually our physical form and keeping us in perfect health, healing, and harmony. And then our little fingers, our pinkies, representing the balance of the waters in our body. So bringing our emotional state into balance so we can manage this dance between the energy of intuitive nature, the energy of receptivity and renewal with the energy of activation and manifestation and to-do lists and everything else. When we can do that, this beautiful play, this beautiful harmony comes into life. So I'll ask you to contemplate on what you are bringing into your highest balanced alignment today. Call it forth, name it, and what it can emerge from that possibility of all things. All right, let's go. Namaste. Let's come onto our hands and knees. Hopefully you're feeling energized already. Let's come more into the physical practice of the postures. Come into a table position, spreading the fingers, shoulders over wrists, knees under hips. Cat-cow to continue with that flexion and extension of the spine. Inhale, pull the chest forward. Exhale, round the spine, look back to the navel. Inhale and exhale. 2 more, inhale. Really press down through each of the finger pads, the base knuckles. There's a strength and support of the foundation of the arms, and then pressing down through the knees and the tops of the feet. Good. Next one, right knee comes into the navel. Give your knee a little kiss, and then extend the leg back. Right? You can stay just like this, or bring left elbow to knee, and then expand and reach out. So here we find this balance between the right and left sides of the body, the front and back of the body, and again, still working with that equal length of the in-breath and the out-breath. Try 2 more. Just being nice and slow with control. You coil into the belly. And then you expand and radiate, and just pause. Hug the outer hips in. Bring the tailbone into the body, and imagine moving your pubic bone to your navel to your heart, and then reach and expand left arm away from the right heel. And slowly place hand down, knee down, round the spine. Inhale, lift the chest. We'll move to side 2. Left knee pulls in, give it a little kiss, and then extend the leg back. All right, so you can stay just like that, or get the right arm involved, coiling elbow, knee together, and then expanding, reaching out. So you have this beautiful diagonal, cross-diagonal action of engaging through the whole back body, the posterior chain of the body, and then also coiling into the belly. Use your breath. We'll try one more, and then we'll hold. We'll hold the expansion. Hips hug into the center. Pubic bone moves towards navel, navel towards heart. Reach and expand. So we find this steadiness as we come to the center, as we reach equally in both directions. Slowly return hand down, return knee down, round the spine. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, we'll take it back into downward facing dog. Peek up at your hands, make sure they're shoulder width apart, wrist creases parallel to the front of the mat. Give your fingers a little claw so you really energize, and then press the tops of the thighs back. So there's a hinging happening at your hips. You're opening the backs of the legs, you're pushing the ground away from you. Inhale, lift your right leg up to the sky. Hug the hips to the center. Exhale, bring your knee to your navel. Try to give it a little kiss. And step it all the way to your right thumb pad. Come up onto your fingertips. Pull your chest with the arms. And we're going to rock forward towards the left big toe. And then press back through the heel. Right, so rocking forward and back. So we get to open up through the bottom of the foot. We get to wake up through the ankle and wake up through the calf as we do this motion. Try 2 more. Good. Now we're going to shift it back and straighten or work towards straightening your front leg. If the ground feels far away, you can take a block underneath each hand as you work to straighten the legs more. Right, so we want to make it accessible for our bodies this morning. Inhale, pulling the chest forward. Exhale, shifting back. Try 2 more. Waking up the hamstrings. 1 more. Rebend the knee, pause. Step back to downward facing dog. On the inhale, roll forward into plank pose. Tap the knees down like a feather. Bring your chin, chest to the ground. Lift the heads of the shoulders up. Ashtangasana. Slither through into a low cobra. Stretch to the feet. Draw the head, the arm bone back. Curl the chest through the heart. And then exhale, shape shift it down. 2 more times. Push into the palms. Pull the chest up. Stretch through the legs like crazy. And then exhale down. 1 more time. Inhale. Stay here. Exhale. A little sway of your cobra. Like the cobra playing in the field. And then exhale down. Push back to hands and knees. Toes tuck under. Downward dog. Left leg reaches up to the sky. Hug the hips in. Exhale, knee comes to the navel. Give it a little kiss. And step the foot all the way up to your left thumb pad. If the foot doesn't get there, you can just use your hand to replace it. Inhale, come to the fingertips. Pull the chest through your arms. You could also take your hands to blocks. Exhale, shifting back, straightening the front leg a little or line. Inhale, forward. Exhale, shift back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, shift back. So you're going to feel some opening in the back of the left leg. You might also feel some opening through the top of the right thigh and hip and psoas. We'll try 1 more. I'm just moving in a slightly different direction this time. Just going to rock forward and back, waking up the foot. Waking up the ankle and the calf of your right leg. We'll step back to downward dog. Inhale, stay through the exhale. Next inhale, roll to plank pose. Knees tap down like a feather. Chin, chest to the ground. Slither through, cobra pose. Exhale, shapeshift it down. Thighs roll in, spread the toes. Inhale, pulsing up. Exhale, pulsing down. One more time. Inhale, pulsing up. Exhale, pulsing down. Push back to hands and knees. Toes tuck under. Downward facing dog. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Feet, bring them a little wider than your hips. And fold in. Bend the knees and roll up through the spine, a vertebra at a time. I'm going to face you. You're going to stay the same way. Feet a little bit wider than the hips. We're going to continue using the breath to move this energy in the body. So we're going to sit back like we're sitting in a chair. The arms push out. Inhale up to the chest. Keep it going. Sit back deep. Just like we did seated. You have 8 more. Whole body activated. You're spring cleaning, getting the cobwebs out. You have 3. This new day emerging from inside. Last one. And pause. Take the palms up this time. And again, notice that static electricity, that buzzing with aliveness that is flowing through your whole system. You're also going to notice your heart beating a little bit faster, just like mine. Inhale, reach up. All 10 fingertips touch with that same Hakini mudra. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Take it forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Good. Exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, we're going to step our left leg back. Coming into a low lunge. Tap the left knee down. And notice you probably need to adjust yourself on your mat. Hug the hips in. Inhale, rise, crescent moon. All 10 fingers touch. That coming together of all parts of you in perfect balance. Exhale, hands down. Step back to downward dog. Inhale, roll forward into plank. Exhale, tap the knees, chest, chin. Slither through, coming into cobra. Exhale, this time lift through the belly. Round to the upper back, flip over the toes. Downward dog. Left leg reaches to the sky. Step the left foot all the way forward to the left thumb pad. Tap the right knee down. Hug into center. Inhale, ground through the heel bone, fingertips touch. Exhale, hands come down. You're going to push into your left leg. Float the right leg up, knee to chest, and step the feet down side by side. Full chest to thighs. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Roll on up to the spine. Feet a little wider than the hips. Here we go, back with those squats. Exhale. Pumping the breath. Even bring it into the chest if you can. Tone through the belly. Just 4 more. 2, 1 more. Come in, pause. Feel that energy that's building. Reach the arms up overhead. Ground the feet, tone the belly. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, you might feel some freedom in the back of the chest. Now lift the chest. Exhale, step your right foot back. Tap the right knee down. Hug the hips and ground through the legs. Rise up, fingertips touch. Exhale, hands down. Step back, downward dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Tap the knees like a feather. Chin, chest to the ground. Slither through into your cobra. Exhale, push into the palms. Pull through the belly. Sweep it up, 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 up. All the way back. Right leg reaches up to the sky. Exhale, knee to navel. Step it all the way forward. Tap the knee down like a feather. Hug the hips in. Growing power from the front heel, big toe. Rise up, fingertips touch. Exhale, hands come down. Push into the right foot, lift the left leg. Knee to navel. Step the foot down, fold chest to thighs. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, roll on up through the spine. Yep, one more set of those squats. Here we go. Get low. Get that grounded power in your legs, that freedom and the chest and heart. The two dance of the opposites coming into balance of grounded power and flight and freedom. 3, 2, 1, and reach the arms up this time. Close the eyes if you can. If you feel dizzy, keep them open. And I just want you to feel the legs. Imagine them as trunks of the tree. Imagine out from the heels and toes, roots growing down. And then feel the arms expanding upward and outward, reaching towards the sunlight, your branches, your leaves, your flowers. Oh, this circuitry from below to above, from above to below, in perfect harmony and balance. Pull it into your heart. Beautiful. Let's come and step the feet wide apart. So, if we open the arms out and bring them up on a diagonal, this is called Asana, and it representing the pulsation of starlight. So pressing into the outer edges of the feet, lift the inner ankles and expand the arms out. Without moving the body, I want you to imagine as you inhale, everything pulling into the midline of the body. And then from that centered pull, then there's an expansion out through the limbs and all directions. So we'll play with that. As you inhale, imagine the muscles firming the bones, everything hugging into this core line of your spine. And then as you exhale, re-extend, reach from the periphery in all directions from core to periphery. One more time, inhale, imagine hugging everything into the bones, like the muscles firming, coming right into the center line of power. And then on the exhale, we expand and radiate. You imagine your energetic body taking up more space, like this pulsation of you are the brightest star in the sky today. Inhale, reach the arms up. We'll come back into that Hokini mudra, that joining in of all parts of ourselves. Hinge from the hips, reach the tailbone back, firm through the legs. Good, and then bring the hands all the way down on the ground. So similar to actually more of like a wide-legged downward dog, I want you to take your hands, come up onto fingertips. You're gonna push the ground away, hinge from the hips more, take the sit bones back, and lift the toes up off the ground. And then release the neck so you're not straining here, but we're creating this opposition to create space and decompression in the lower back. So hinging from the hips, the sitting bones widened, you push the ground away, you lift the toes, you lift the kneecaps up and tone the belly. Take a few more breaths here, creating more space, more length and balance through the front and back of the body. And waking up the posterior chain. Walk your hands back now, more under in line with the shoulders, more like a traditional Prasarita Padottanasana. Inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale, fold in. You can line your fingertips up with the toe tips. If that's not possible, you can also take your blocks and hold where your hamstrings allow you. Okay. We'll add a twist with it. Inhale, lift the chest up. Take your left hand just right under the heart. Hug the outer hips in, turn from the left rib cage. Reaching the arm up to the sky. So what tends to happen is the pelvis gets out of alignment, so we have to actually lift, keep lifted up through the left hip and use the left oblique muscles. Hand comes back, touches the heart. Hand down, fold chest to your thighs. Inhale, lengthen again. Move your right hand more towards the center of the heart. Turning to the left, reaching your arm up. And you might notice you have more rotation one side than the other. Give a little lift back to the right hip. Keep turning from your right obliques. Tone through the legs, lifting the kneecaps up. Hand to heart, hand to the ground. Fold your chest to your thighs. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, press into the pinky toe edges of the feet. Bring the hands to the top of the pelvis. And with the flat back, come on up. Slight bend to the knees. Pick up your right toes and pivot your foot towards the right. So all 5 of the right toes point in. Your left foot slightly turned in the diagonal. Inhale, reach up, come back into the Bikini Mudra, and then bending your right knee right over the ankle. Wrap the right hip under. Open the arms. Good. Inhale, up, fingertips touch. Exhale in. Good. So as you're working and bending into the front leg, I want you to remember your back leg, pressing the root of the thigh back and pressing all the way through the pinky toe edge of your foot, even lifting that inner arch. All right, so we want to, again, feel a balance between the front leg and the back leg. Let's do 2 more. Last one and hold. All right, Virabhadrasana 2. Good, reach both arms up. Take hold of your right wrist. Take a little side bend back. Come back up. Take hold of the left wrist. A little side bend forward. Good, inhale, come back up one more time. Switch hands. Side bend back. Can you keep the front knee bent? Yeah? Inhale up. Exhale, side bend forward. Now take your forearm all the way to your thigh this time. Actually push down into it to use that to lengthen through the sides of the body and wrap your right hip under. Your back leg, the inner thigh, comes wide, and maybe reach the arm up overhead. Staying here, or spin the palm down, reach the arm alongside the ear. Keep rooting the back leg more. And if you have a little bit more opening, you can bring your hand all the way down to the ground. Keep wrapping the right hip under. Turn from the right oblique, reaching the ribcage up to the sky. One more breath. Inhale, rise. Exhale, come through center. We'll switch feet. So left toes point out, right foot parallel to the back of the mat, arms come out. Bending left knee, right over second, third toe, reach and extend to the back leg. So we're gonna do that pulsing warrior 2, adding in that Bikini Mudra. So I want you to remember the back leg as much as the front. I know you feel the front leg more, but we want to use the back leg to again find balance so we're not over efforting any part of the body. Overusing, overdoing. 2 more. Last one will hold. Again, wrap the left hip under. Your inner right thigh comes a little back and wide, and then you press and extend through the back heel. Tone through the belly. Can you keep tracking the knee right over the ankle? Engage the thighs. Yes, you can do it. Reach both arms up. Take hold of the left wrist. Lengthen up to the side of the body and feel that little curl back. Come back up. Reach both arms up. Take hold of the back wrist. Curl forward. Inhale up. One more time, switch sides. Curling back. And up. Take hold of the back wrist, curling forward. And then next step, forearm to the thigh. You can actually bring your hand to your hip to start. Right, what I want, the knee still stays right over the ankle. We're gonna wrap this left buttock under, and take your inner left thigh back and wide to create space on the lower back, and then reach and extend to the back leg. Now you can take your hand across your belly and turn from the rib cage to reach up. So you can stay right here, or spin the palm down and reach the arm alongside the ear. Right, tone through the belly. Last option, the fingertips can come down to the ground or the block. Keep turning open, wrapping left hip under, turn from the left oblique. Reach and extend through the whole right side of the body from the anchor of the back leg all the way to the waist, all the way through fingertips. Grounding down, rising up, reach up, pivot the toes in. Heels in, toes out. Bend the knees, goddess pose. Right, inhale up and do the same thing. Take hold of your right wrist, side bend left. Inhale up, exhale, side bend. Good. Now you're welcome to stay just like this. Or we're going to take it a little bit deeper. Try bringing maybe the hand down to the leg. Come back up. The hand down to the leg. You can stay just like this, or maybe the forearm comes down to the thigh. Dancing with your breath. Equal bend both directions. Coming into that relative balance in the physical body and the energetic body, the emotional and mental body. Inhale to the chest. Exhale. Inhale. Inhale. Can you sit a little deeper? Can you breathe a little bit more? Keep it going. What is emerging from this fertile soil, the roots that you've been growing, coming to the light of this new day as we have 3, 2, 1, pause. Open the hands. Feel that electricity. Take it around you. Expanding your energetic body. Awakening, vibrating, pulsating, all of you. And then inhale up. Take that sphere mudra. And then exhale, clear the space around you, just like the rays of the sun. Hands to your hips. Pivot the toes forward. Bend the knees. A little whoop. Jump of the feet together. So we're going to play a little bit with balance here. We're going to start by taking our right foot in front of the left, just like you were going to walk on a tightrope, okay? But we're not. We're just going to take one step and stay there, okay? Lift your toes and try to spread them apart, all right? And then ground them back down. We want to find the anchor of the 4 corners of your feet. So from your big toe to your inner heel, your pinky toe to your outer heel. The inner thighs are rolling back and apart, and your tailbone moves into the space that created. So you're pushing into the legs, you're lifting up from the inner ankles, inner knees, all the way up into the pelvis, and then interlace all but the first finger and reach the arms up. Now take your eyes steady on a point, maybe just a few feet in front of you. Hug everything into the center. All right, and then just notice what happens. Are you starting to dance a little bit with the back foot, the front foot? All right, keep grounding down. And then here's the challenge. Try to blink the eyes and keep the eyes closed. Notice what shifts with the balance. All right, you might find that left leg really struggles to stay grounded. You might anchor to the side a little bit, but nothing bad will happen if you lose your balance here. So just play, just play. One more breath. Good, and then exhale, open the eyes, bring the hands to the heart. And we'll switch sides. So did you guys really close your eyes? Do it, because it changes the experience completely. So I want you to see what shifts when we move into the darkness and what shifts when we open the eyes, and then how we can find balance in both places, because both are super important. All right, so left leg and front this time. Spread the toes. Feel the anchor of all 4 corners of the feet. Big toe to inner heel, pinky toe to outer heel. Thighs roll in, tailbone lengthens. And it will help not to look at me, it will help to actually look down in front of you a few feet. And then interlace all but the first finger. And for me, it's my back leg. So you can see what is for you, where your tendency to lose the balance is. So try to really focus there. Then once you find steadiness here, then start to take your really long blinks or close your eyes completely. And again, the worst that's going to happen is you're just going to step to the side, so there's no danger of getting hurt here. So it's a really great place to experiment. Yeah, just dance with all those little intrinsic movements of the ankle, of all the articulations of the bones of the toes, the metacarpals. And then blink the eyes open, bring the hands to the heart, and we'll switch again. This time we're going to change it up a little bit. And for some people, this is easier, and some people, it's harder. So it's really just going to depend on your body. So right foot in front, interlace all but the first finger. Eyes steady. You're going to lift your heels high. All right? So the ankles tend to sink. You're going to hug the outer ankles in so we can actually strengthen the feet here, tone through the navel, and then reach up overhead. Okay, and then once you got it, here's the challenge. Whoop, as I fall. All right, try to close the eyes. All right, don't be afraid to fall. This is a great place to practice. And then you'll just notice like how the calf is working, how the toes are working, how the ankles are working, everything recruiting together to hold you in the center line of balance. Breathe. And open the eyes and release it down. Easier or harder? I don't know. You can tell me later. All right, switch feet. Second side. All right, hug in. Interlace all but the first finger. Lift your heels. Tailbone in, belly in, and then reach the arms overhead. So instead of looking straight ahead, I advise you to look down a few feet in front of you. All right, and the ankles are going to tend to roll out, so you're going to hug them back to the center. And then once you find your balance, you're going to start with those really long blinks. And then you can play with closing the eyes. Yes! Ah! All right, so even this morning, my balance is a little tricky today. It's a little different every day. All right, so finding your center in that whirlwind of life in any moment is the goal. Coming back into balance. The power of balance. The power of center. And then slowly release it down. All right, great. All right, let's do one more. Give the legs a little shake though first. All right, you can actually roll the ankle out one direction, yeah? And then roll the ankle out. I feel like we don't take care of our feet quite enough in most of our practices, or we take for granted how much we really rely on them. All right, so getting a little extra love and circles and flexing points, and even getting a foot massage, giving yourself a foot massage, or getting someone else to give you a foot massage, are really a great way to keep the health of the feet. All right, last standing pose we're gonna do. We're gonna come into Vrikshasana tree pose. So we'll start by standing on the left leg. We'll bring the right foot up. Now, if you're newer to this pose, there's many ways you can do it. The first way, you can make a little kickstand here. All right, the second way, you can keep on to the inner calf, between the calf and the shin, or you can come all the way up. We just wanna make sure we're not pressing on the knee, so we're above or below the knee. Now, with the right foot, you're pushing your foot into your thigh, and at the same time, you're hugging the left hip in. So there's, again, that hugging power to bring balance to the center, right? Your standing foot, the toes are spreading, the heel grows down. Let's call forth that visualization again of our leg being the trunk of a tree. And from down to the tree, then the roots grow from the toes and from the heel bone in all directions. And then we can rise up. If you can, interlace all but the first finger. Eyes are steady. Now this time, I'm not gonna make you close your eyes unless you want to, but we're gonna dance a little bit. So first, hold center, and then open the arms wide. All right, and then we're gonna do a little side bend over, come back up, or you can hold the wrist and side bend over like we did in our Warrior 2 variation. All right, but I kind of like to sway a little from side to side. So here's this dance of balance between the feeling energy, woo, the doing energy, between the masculine, between the feminine, and that strength that comes together so beautifully when we use all of our faculties, because the wind's gonna blow. So we have to learn how to dance. Good, last time, hold up. Interlace all but the first finger, and if you fall, that's okay too. And then exhale to the heart. Release the foot. Keep both knees bent for a moment, just to, again, free the feet, lift both heels up, and then tap the heels down, lift both heels up, tap them down one more time, whoop, and release. Good, second side. Standing on the right leg. Again, you have your kickstand variation, below the knee, or bringing the heels close up to the groin as you can, all right? You're pushing your foot into your thigh, and then you're firming this hip in. So we're not coming out to the side, we're firming in, grounding down. The roots grow down to help us rise up tall through the trunk, and then our branches can extend, our flowers can bloom, and we reach up. Even the ribs pull in so you have the support of your core. And then whoop, right away you might start your dance. All right, so find a steadiness first, and then play with the balance. Play with the balance as you go a little from side to side. The wind is blowing. Maybe the squirrels are playing in the branches. And you find that place of strength and suppleness, effort and ease, all tied up into one. Yeah. Good, and then coming back up. Stay for a breath if you can. Firm everything into the center. Grow, 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 grow as you ground, 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 ground. And then hands come in, release. Bend both knees, lift the heels and lower. Lift the heels and lower. One more time. Okay. All right, so we're gonna shake out the hands. We're gonna give the body one last spring cleaning before I set you free for your day. All right, so if you can imagine if we had a tree here and I was shaking the tree and then the dead leaves would fall off, that's what we're doing right now. So we're shaking, start with the hands and then bring the shake into an arm. And then bring the shake into the other arm. And then get both arms going. And as you get the arms going, you notice the heart and the shoulders when they start going. So I'm gonna have you just move the chest. And it helps to make a little sound here, so you can open your mouth and right, you're clearing out all the cobwebs of your heart, all the places that have been stuck inside, and then you're gonna shimmy it down, and shimmy it up. One more time, shimmy it down. Some things are falling off, they've been holding on for way too long. Now let's do a leg, shake a leg out from the hip all the way to the toes. So we're releasing what we don't need, but then we're activating everything else. Other leg, really shake it out. You find freedom in this release. We unintentionally hold and grip so much rigidity in our body. It's time to free it up. All right, and then we gotta do the booty. So let the booty go. And then the whole body shakes up and the whole body shakes down. You have no excuse. You're in the privacy of your own home. You're the only one that can see me and I can't even see you. So really go for it. Just 30 more seconds. Shake your whole body awake. Everything you don't need. Limited belief, frustrations, those mantras running in your head that you're not enough. I want you to shake it all off now. And then maybe even a little like jumping. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ground your feet. Palms up. Feel that static electricity, that buzz, that hum of your own vitality that is awakened when you move your body. You release the stagnation and you come back into balance with all parts of yourself, the parts that have been sleeping, the parts you've overused. And you feel it. I know you can feel it. All of that is you. Take this and move from this place forward on your day. And then bring the hands to the heart. Call forth wherever you need more balance in your life now. And then make an intention for what you are bringing into the light at this time, how you're gonna harness this energy of celebration and renewal and love in your body, in your breath, relationships, in all facets of life. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hinging forward from the hips. Release the head down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, heels and toes out. Sit down, Malasana. Press the knees open. Tone through the belly. Good. And then bring the hands down and bring your butt down. Bring the soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana. All right. You can take your hands to your feet. Press the heels into one another. Press the toes into one another. Sit up tall. You can take that Kikini Mudra one more time. Lengthen up out of the low back. And then hinge from the hips. And then take the hands down. Lengthen the sides of the throat. Fold over. Yes, your heart might be still beating through the chest. That's great. Maybe you have more awareness of the back of your body now. Maybe you have more awareness of the right or left side of the body now. Good. And then coming on up. So we're going to come simple cross-legged here. Sukhasana. We're going to finish with a breathing technique to bring balance to the right and left hemispheres of the brain. So the right side representing that solar energy of action and manifestation and our to-do lists and our logic. And the left side of our brain representing, the left side of our body, representing the more the feminine, the lunar, the renewal, the restoration, the intuitive, and I like to say the play. So we're going to make a peace sign with our first two fingers, and we're going to place them right on the third eye point. Take your thumb and gently just block off the right nostril. You can bring your left hand into Chin Mudra if you like, thumb and first finger together. Begin with an exhale out with any remaining breath through the left channel. And inhale for the count of 3. Inhaling 1 Om, 2 Om, 3. Using your ring finger, you can plug off your left nostril, release the right. Exhaling out through the left, 1 Om, 2 Om, 3. Inhale through the right. Inhale 1 Om, 2 Om, 3. Plugging off the right. Exhaling out through the left, 1 Om, 2 Om, 3. We'll continue like that. If you'd like to take it to a count of 4, you're welcome to, but don't strain. Plugging off the right, exhaling through the left. 1 Om, 2 Om, 3. Inhaling through the right. Plugging off the right. Exhale. 1 Om, 2 Om, 3. One more round, inhaling through the right. Pause. Plugging off the left, exhale through the right. 1 Om, 2 Om, 3. Inhale through the right. Plugging off the right. Exhaling through the left. 1 Om, 2 Om, 3. Releasing both hands down. And now breathing just a few rounds of breath through each of the nostrils evenly. Bringing balance to our physical body, our breath body, which supports our emotional body, our mental body, so we can awaken our spiritual body. If you have more time this morning, I invite you to just lay down and enjoy Shavasana for a few moments, to just feel this true integration of that doing with that deep restoration. So I hope you feel more activated, more alive, more in your center, and more in tune of what you are bringing into this season of the spring, of what is emerging from your fertile soil of darkness and bringing it to the light.